Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lilian Uja, and today I bring you very good news, guys. Now, my province, which is the province of Alberta, has introduced a new pathway. Guys, I know that Alberta has a lot of pathways, right? But guys, this particular pathway is different, right? Now, before now, okay, it was the norm that if you want to come to Alberta, you have to, express your interest. You have first of all have an express entry profile, and then your profile has to be active for a while, about 6 months, and then you have to indicate interest, right? That you want to come to Alberta, and then if you're selected, then you'll be nominated, and then of course you can apply. But now they have introduced something different. Okay, and also before now, Alberta introduced a program, something that has to do with first come, first serve. So based on the number of people who apply, and they had quota per month, right? But right now, this is different. This is a little bit different than what it used to be. And I'm going to be giving you a detailed breakdown of this pathway. So you want to watch this video to the very end. If you're interested in my province, Alberta, and make sure you send this video to people who need it, because you never know who you might be helping. Yes, you never know. So like I said, Alberta has introduced this program, okay, and this program is going to be based on human capital factors. And by human capital factors, I mean, areas where they are currently experiencing labor shortages. So it's not just going to be about anyone coming. They're not just going to be selecting anyone randomly, but they're going to be looking at areas or sectors where they need people, where they have shortages, okay? Now, this program is called the AAIP. I've talked about the AAIP earlier before in my video, in my one of my previous videos. I'm going to link that if I find it. I'm going to link it so that you can go and watch a more detailed explanation about the AAIP. AAIP means Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. Now, this program is divided into two categories, okay? We have the category for skilled workers, people who have skills. And then we have category for entrepreneurs, people who want to come into Canada and do business, okay? So the categories are divided into two categories. And for each of these categories, it is further divided into 4 streams for each of them. So what this means in essence is that the stream the category for skilled workers is divided into 4 streams. And the category for entrepreneurship is divided into 4 streams. For this video today, I'm going to be focusing on skilled workers, okay? So if you are interested in business, doing business, or coming into Canada as a business person, you want to, go to the website and read more about how to come in through that pathway. But for my main purpose of this video today is going to be for skilled workers, people who want to come in as employed. Okay, so like I said, for the skilled workers, okay, the government of Alberta is focusing on finding people who have the skills in the areas where they are lacking people, in the areas where they need people who have the skills to fill those positions, to select them to come into Canada. And if you're already in Canada and you want to come to Alberta, you can also be selected in this program to come work in Alberta. And like I said, there are 4 streams under this program. Now, the first stream is the tourism and hospitality stream. The second one is the Alberta opportunity stream. The third one is the Alberta express entry stream. And the fourth one is the rural renewal stream. I've done a detailed video about the rural renewal stream. I think I did one in the last 3 weeks or something. I'm going to link that as well so that you can go watch it. Very detailed. If you're interested in coming into Alberta, any of the local or the small towns in Alberta, then you can come in through the rural renewal stream. So these are the streams that are open for the skilled worker program. So before I go into the eligibility criteria for this program, I would like to tell you about the areas where Alberta is currently experiencing labor shortages at this point. The first one is in tourism. In the tourism sector, we are currently experiencing labor shortages in Alberta. Also in hospitality and also in agriculture, the agricultural sector, the agricultural segment of Alberta is currently experiencing labor shortages. And also construction. If you're a construction worker, you have experience in construction, you can also stand a very high chance to come into Canada through this program. Another sector where we are experiencing labor shortages is the medical field. If you're a doctor, nurse, a radiologist, endocrinologist, any of those medical fields or medical professions, you can also stand a chance to be selected under this program. So one thing I want to encourage you to do is, if you don't have a profile, if you don't have an express entry profile, you want to get to it now. You want to create one, because you don't want to wait for opportunities to come your way before you start creating such profile. If you have any interest in coming into Canada, you want to have an express entry profile. And if you have an express entry profile already, you want to make sure that the profile is active, because I think after some period of time, if it's not being used, or it becomes inactive. So if you have a profile and it's inactive, you want to make sure that it is active. And one of the ways to get a profile is you want to write your test, your English test, and make sure that you have your score, so that the profile is there, so that when there's an opportunity, you can be selected. So now, moving on to the eligibility criteria for this program. Before I talk about the eligibility in depth, I want to talk about NOC codes. Now, before now, we used to call it NOC codes, but right now it has been changed to tier codes. They are still the same thing, just a different nomenclature. So the tier code we have in Canada is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done a detailed video about this as well. So if you don't know what tier code your skills or your profession falls under, I'm going to leave the NOC code tool finder in my description box as a link, so you can go there and look at what your experiences or your skills fall under. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, 3 is the highest NOC code that we have, and for this program, it is centered on the tier 3. The first thing you need to do to be eligible is to have an express entry profile. I've done a video again about how to create an express entry profile. I'm going to link it as well in my description box. Okay, so you want to watch that video if you don't know how to create one, so that you can have a knowledge of how to do one. Okay, you have to have an express entry profile, and your express entry profile needs to be active. If you have one already, it has to be active. And if you are creating an express entry profile, your express entry profile must be at least 5 months old. So if you are creating one today, you cannot be eligible. You cannot be qualified to be selected for this program. So you need to have one done. That's why I say always you need to have one. You don't need to wait for the opportunity to come before you create one. Have one ready. Okay. So the second thing is, you want to select Alberta as your area of interest. So they're going to be asked the question, what provinces do you have interest in? So I always advise that you select all, okay? But for this program, make sure that you're selecting Alberta, because they want to be sure that you also are interested in their province, okay? Now, if you are to be considered, the third thing is, if you are to be considered, the province of Alberta is going to send you a letter of notification of interest. They're sending you that letter notifying you of their interest in you based on the skills you have put in your profile that you have. So when they send you that letter, the fourth thing is, you want to make sure that you are sending them back an email within 2 weeks of receiving the letter of notification of interest. So you're sending that letter back to them, okay, letting them know that you have received that letter within 2 weeks of receipt. And then the fourth step is, if you are further considered, you'll be sent an email with a link which you can click on to apply or submit your application for the program. The fifth eligibility criteria is that all you need for this, for this program is a minimum score of 300 comprehensive ranking score. I don't know if you know about comprehensive ranking score, which is the CRS score. I've done a video about how to calculate that as well. I will link that as well, so that you can see how to calculate your score to know how much you are worth or how much points you have in the express entry points. Now, usually for you to get permanent residence in Canada, if you know anyone who has gotten in recent times, you need to have about 500 as your points and above, right? But this program, you only need 300 points, which is a steal. It's a steal. So if you have at least 300 or above, you have a high chance of being selected in the pool for this program. Now, the fourth one is your language proficiency. You need to write a test, like I said, and for you to get that, it's either you need to write a test, and it could be English test or a French test, whichever you prefer. But for you to be eligible for this program, you need a minimum of band 6, which is your score has to be at least a band 6. Usually the score is higher to be selected for permanent residence. It's usually about 8. But for this program, Alberta government is saying all you need is a band 6 to be considered for this program. Guys, this is a steal. You need to get into it immediately, because I learned that people are, a lot of people are in queue to apply for this program. I'm going to drop the link for the application process, or to see, to see how you can apply. Okay, make sure that you're looking at my description box for this link. Now, aside from this eligibility criteria I just mentioned, there are certain other factors that can aid you or give you higher chances of being selected under this program. And one of such factors is, one, if you have a job offer from any employer in Alberta. Okay, if you get a job offer from any employer in Alberta, you can express your, go and fill that form immediately. They follow the link, click that, indicate that you have a job offer, and you will be sent a notification of interest. In fact, that is one of the ways my husband got nominated in Alberta. He got a job, with an employer here after school, and then he indicated his interest. And he also made them know that he had a job offer from an employer, and then he was sent a notification of interest. That was how we got our PR. So this thing is real. So I'm talking from experience. That was how my own PR, my husband's PR, in fact, my family's PR came about. So it works. The second thing is, if you are a Canadian graduate. If you're a Canadian graduate, that's also another chance for you to be selected under this program. The third one is, if you have family connections, you have a mom, a dad, a brother, a sibling in Alberta who is a permanent resident or a citizen and who lives in Alberta. So these are the conditions. The person must be a PR or Canadian citizen and also living in Alberta. Then you stand a higher chance of being selected under this program. The fourth factor that can aid your chance is if you have French as a first language. So if you're coming from any of the French-speaking countries, that is a strong chance for you to be selected under this program. And the sixth and final factor that can aid your chances of being selected is if your profile, your express entry profile, is valid for more than 5 months. So you cannot be a new express entry profile. It has to be there for at least more than 5 months for you to be considered. Guys, I always try to bring you information as I see them come. And this particular information or this particular program is one that has benefited me personally. So I know that it is real. See, when my husband had the job offer in Alberta, he wasn't living in Alberta. He was in New Brunswick, okay? So he was based there. I was in Nigeria. But as soon as he got the job offer, in fact, the job offer was supposed to be for New Brunswick. But because when he found out that the company operated also in Canada, he indicated that he wanted to work from the Canada, office, and that was because he wanted to use that opportunity to apply for the PNP for Alberta. Unfortunately for him, he was granted that request, but 2 days later he got a notification of interest letter sent to him by the Alberta government, asking him to send in the evidence that he has this job, right? And then he submitted that letter of employment, and that was how he was sent the link to apply. Guys, this thing is real, so you want to be sure that you're doing it immediately. A lot of people are they are desperate to get into Alberta, because Alberta is not, I won't call it a big, I won't compare it to Toronto or BC, okay, but Alberta is a mix of both worlds. Alberta is in the middle, like it's not really fast paced, but it's not slow. It's calm, it's cool, it's good, it's interesting, it's nice. I like Alberta, guys. So it's an opportunity for you to come to one of the best provinces in Canada. Trust me, guys. So guys, this is where I'm going to be stopping for now. Make sure you're using the links in my description box, and make sure that you're coming back to watch my videos. I'm going to be bringing more videos, and by the month end, I'm going to be more frequent, because I will have more time in my hand. I'll be more frequent in my videos, and I'm sure that a lot of you are going to benefit from the information you're going to be getting from this channel. Thank you very much for always watching my videos. I appreciate you guys, and I love you all. Bye, guys.